It's a story of stars, watches, drivers and Spitfires, which started a long time ago at IWC Schaffhausen. Or rather, it's an obvious marriage between the history of fine watchmaking and that of aviation. This story begins more than 80 years ago, when the first Airmen's watches made their entry into the range of timepieces created by the Swiss manufacturer. Airmen's watches that immediately evoke the magic of being a pilot for all lovers of sumptuous watches. And it continues at the International Fine Watchmaking Salon in Geneva, where for the first time we were able to discover a life-size Spitfire, fully restored in 2019 on the occasion of the preparation of a breathtaking project. A world tour in a Spitfire that has never been attempted before, with 2 pilots in command, Brits Steve Brooks and Matt Jones, co-founders of the Boultbee Flying Academy. They will attempt this incredible adventure during the month of August 2019 in several stages, since the plane is not designed for long distances. The project codename is Silver Spitfire-The Longest Flight. The Spitfire is a legendary hunter and the symbol of the Battle of Britain of 1940. Over the past 2 years, more than a dozen specialists have worked to restore this original aircraft. Its exact name is the Spitfire Mark IX, originally built in Castle Bromwich in 1943 and an icon of technology and design of the 30s, designed by Reginald J. Mitchell. To mark this adventure, they chose a color more in keeping with the attempted record and to emphasize its exceptional design. So they removed its war paint to reveal a sparkling silver metal, aluminium which covers it up, and stripped it of all its fighting weapons. To discover it in more detail, everyone came. Ambassadors of the brand, such as Karolina Kokova, accompanied by her husband, producer Archie Drury, and top models such as Adriana Lima. Influential influencer Negin Mirsalehi, and fashion influencers Richard Beadle and Olivier Cheshire. TV and film actors such as Pier Francesco Favino and Moritz Bleibtreu, or the main character from Viking, Ragnar Lodbrok, aka Travis Fimmel. Asian star Ruhi Suzuki, Bollywood actress Sonam Kapoor, chef Nenad Mlinarevic, high-tech surfboard designer Hayden Cox, renowned cyclists Fabienne Cancellara and Patrick Seabase, footballers Juan Mata and Jan Sommer, and motor racers Germany's Maro Engel and Finland's Valtteri Bottas. Musician Jokul Juliusson, and regulars at IWC events such as actor Dev Patel from the film Lion and singer Ronan Keating and his wife Storm. So many personalities who jostled each other to be immortalized in front of this magnificent Spitfire, and with on their wrists matching watches. Not to mention, to stay in the theme, pilots, including Maria Fagerström and director Guillaume Lafon. Guests also included British actress Rosamund Pike and Formula One star David Coulthard, both ambassadors of the IWC brand. Just like the actor of Westworld, James Marsden, who also stopped at the stand for a few minutes to admire the aircraft.
I have the Silver Spitfire for the longest flight just behind me. It's a beautiful, beautiful adventure. We are actually having together both the Boultbee Flying Academy with the longest flight Silver Spitfire and IWC. And this actually dates back to our founding days more than 150 years ago, so 151 years ago now, that we have been founded by an American with this big dream and his vision, and he came to Switzerland and revolutionized the Swiss way to produce watches in that time, putting everything under one roof. And actually this appetite for adventure is in our genes of the brand, and that's why it was kind of a very nice happening that we actually can partner in this very adventurous project, because it's not an easy topic to fly a Spitfire around the globe and really bring the Spitfire to as many people as possible, because this beautiful airplane wasn't designed, you know, to fly long distances. So we will have more than 100 stopovers, and we will activate many of them and really bring the pilots into conversation with our audience, and that will be a very exciting project for this year.
IWC Schaffhausen supports this mission not only as a main partner but also as official timekeeper. Matt Jones, co-founder of the Boultbee Flying Academy, will pilot the iconic British aircraft early in its journey. On their journey through the different time zones, the Boultbee boys, Matt Jones and Steve Brooks, will be wearing the Time Zoner Spitfire-The Longest Flight pilot's watch. The official timepiece of the expedition, this timepiece adjusts the time for a different time zone by simply turning the bezel to the desired location. The new Spitfire series presented at the SIHH 2019 is exclusively powered by IWC manufacture calibers and pays tribute to the unique engineering of the eponymous British fighter. As we explained earlier, designed by engineer Reginald J. Mitchell, the Spitfire is one of the most sophisticated aircraft in the history of aviation. As a result, the design and technical expertise of the IWC pilot watches, typical of flight instruments, also reflect the engineering and requirements of military aviation. A new Top Gun series, as well as the Little Prince special editions, were presented in parallel with the pilot models.
I mean, this year's collection, we have three parts of the collection. A key focus has the Spitfire collection, where we have 100% in-house movements. We have beautiful timepieces both in steel and in bronze, which gives a very beautiful patina to the watch. Actually, your own patina. It's very nice storytelling as well. We have an olive green dial in the collection, and we have the project, the longest flight. Then on Top Gun, it's all about innovative materials. The cerotanium, which is a material invented by IWC, the combination between ceramics and titanium, so it makes the watch scratch resistant, robust, and still light. And we introduce a new color, jet black, so true black watch, and even the pushers, the closure, everything is cerotanium in a double chronograph. And then we have in haute horlogerie the Le Petit Prince constant force tourbillon, and the new material there as well, hard gold, which is 10 times more scratch resistant than the ordinary red gold.
"18-karat hard gold" is a specific variant of red gold. With this tribute line called The Little Prince, we remain firmly in the line of an aviator and author of a classic among the best-selling books of French literature, Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, but with a dream touch of fine watchmaking, which here is materialized by a perpetual calendar, or constant force tourbillon. With the perpetual display of moon phases, the Little Prince is introduced on the dial. 2 barrels generate a power reserve of 96 hours. For the top fans of today's aviation, the Top Gun editions are just as dreamy, with great engineering and material expertise. Made since 2007, it's the Navy's Strike Fighter Tactics Instructor program that gave their name to the Top Gun watches. A program that trains the elite pilots in flight and tactics, with the highest levels of requirement. In aerial maneuvers such as steep turns, pilots and aircraft are subject to maximum acceleration forces, which is why Top Gun watches are specially designed with robust materials, such as ceramic and titanium, which are particularly resistant to corrosion, humidity, and salt in the sea air. It's love at first sight for the Mojave Desert, limited to 500 copies. a first with its sand ceramic case, inspired by the Mojave Desert, where the China Lake Naval Air Weapons Station is located, and whose color comes from a combination of zirconium oxide and other metal oxides, corresponding to the uniforms of Navy pilots. Top Gun or Classic Pilot, there are so many models that will also appeal to women.
I'm actually super happy is that we have a bit smaller diameters now. I mean, this is a 39mm automatic with bronze material. So I mean, this is actually really beautiful on a lady's wrist as well. And even the chronograph is now a 41mm and sits very nicely on a smaller wrist.
On land, at sea or in the air, these are precious technical timepieces which will help maintain the magic of the world of elite aviation.